In his interview with media publishing agency The Indian Express, former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa spoke on the geopolitical situation in the region, the changing character of the Indian diplomacy, his political life and his involvement during the war. The former Defence Secretary, responding to a question on the current relations between the two countries, stated that in diplomatic relationships, one cannot replace empowered diplomats with intelligence officers, and India has to come out of its China phobia with regard to its relationship with Sri Lanka. Gotabaya Rajapaksa also stated that the current Indian government, especially the bureaucrats of the Narendra Modi government, looks at Sri Lanka differently without proper understanding, and Sri Lankans feel there is unnecessary influence from the Indian government in its internal affairs. He said the Indian government has to be more concerned about this and study the situation rather than act in haste. The former Defence Secretary was also asked about Sri Lanka achieving peace after a decade of war, to which he said that he considers the post-war developments in Sri Lanka a bigger victory than defeating the LTTE. But that has not been recognized by international organizations as well as the international community. He also added that peace does not come overnight and that there are people who were brainwashed ideologically. Furthermore, he strongly believes economic freedom for people is what's important, before talking about political freedom, and Tamil politicians put their political interests above the essential needs of people. The media publishing agency questioned the former Defence Secretary on the charges made against him on the killing of civilians during the war, to which Gotabaya Rajapaksa said that he knows he has done nothing wrong and that it was not him who created the war but ended it, and now Sri Lanka is a free country. When asked if there were any last-minute negotiations with the LTTE before the end of the war, he said that he does not believe in negotiations with the LTTE as it would have been a waste of time. Meanwhile, in the first installment of the interview, which was published on their website yesterday, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa gave his views on the economy of the country and Sri Lanka's links with India and China. The former president told the Indian Express that he believes that although the present government of India has had reservations about his government in 2014, they will now look at things differently, and it is their aim to have cordial relations with both Congress as well as the BJP-led government. Furthermore, when asked about his reaction on Sri Lanka's increasing ties with China and the country's growing investments in the Indian Ocean region, the former president stated that there was no intention to betray India and added that the relationship with China during his tenure was purely economic.